Welcome back everyone, my name's Henry James, and in the last video we talked about setting a budget when buying a house. In this video I'm going to be discussing the next most important thing to consider when buying a house, which is the location. First and foremost, something to consider would be the commuting distance from the potential house that you'll be buying to wherever it is that you'll be working. These days a lot of people work from home, so this might not be such an important consideration anymore, but definitely for those of you who still have to go into the office every day, I imagine this will be quite a sort of pivotal concern. Following on from that, the next thing you might want to consider is the quality of schools in your area, and particularly you'll want to think about which catchment area the house will be in, and sort of where your children will have access to. And even if you don't have children, you still need to consider this, as areas with good schools can actually experience an uplift in value. So it's still beneficial to have a house in an area with good schools. That brings me on to the next point, which is local amenities. If you're interested in a property that has a good level of privacy and you don't mind sort of travelling everywhere, you might be best to be looking for somewhere sort of a little bit more remote in the countryside. But most people, I find, are interested in local cafes, local shops, potentially little parks nearby, gyms. So it might be a good idea for you, when considering a location to buy, is actually going down there in person and potentially trying out the cycling distances to the different things, trying out walking distances, just to get a real taste of how long it'll actually take for you to travel to these places. My final tip is to consider the sort of amount of natural light you'll be getting. Obviously, the orientation of a property isn't something that can easily be changed. So if you've got a property that's mainly west facing, then you'll be experiencing harsh sort of sunlight in the afternoon. Similarly, if a property's got mostly sort of east facing rooms, you'll be experiencing harsh sunlight in the morning. So definitely something to consider. One last thing. Is the flood risk of an area. So obviously when purchasing a property, flood risk can be quite an important consideration. Often most houses won't be in sort of severe flood risks areas, because builders aren't really supposed to be building in areas like that. However, there are some houses that are affected to sort of quite severe degrees. But overall, the impact for most people will be a slight increase in the cost of home insurance. So definitely something to consider. Once you've landed on a location that you think really ticks all of your boxes, I recommend that you contact an estate agent. Mostly because contacting an estate agent, they can sort of let you know what houses they have available in the area, and if there's no houses that match your requirements or that are within your budget in the area, then I'd recommend asking the estate agent whether or not they'd be willing to canvass some of the properties in the area. Because quite often you'll find that if an estate agent goes around and knocks on a couple of doors, hands out a couple of flyers, some homeowners who previously weren't thinking about selling might suddenly decide, oh, there's a buyer who's looking for this area, I wouldn't mind actually moving. So that'd be my final thing to consider when thinking about the location of a property. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please give me a follow if you want to see more videos like this, and let me know in the comments below what you enjoyed about this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.